Hi guys, I'm just gonna do another quick, if we can call it quick, tutorial for the PiShrink. We're gonna use Linux Mint 18.1, and we're gonna need just the ISO and the Oracle VM VirtualBox installed. Nothing extra, nothing has been told to a lot of other tutorials. This is very simple. Just follow the steps. I'm going to go through the whole guide step by step, and it's very easy, and trust me, you won't waste your time. So let's go to first, like what you're going to need. Let's go from the beginning. We go and you put Virtualbox. You go to downloads, and you get, depending on your operating system, you click, for me it could be Windows host, and then you download also the VirtualBox extension pack from here, which is going to be installable once you have the complete VirtualBox installed. Just download it, install it, follow the steps, just the basic, nothing special, and it should be fine. Then double click on the extension pack, and it will be okay too. Now go back to Google and you type Linux Mint. As you can see, I'm already downloading the 18.2. We're going to do the installation with 18.1. It doesn't make a difference. So you click download. You see now it's up to 18.2 version Sonia, and then you click basis on your hardware, 32 or 64. I have, let's say, 64 laptop that's going to work for this tutorial. Now you click the link. You can use the default one, let's say on the top of Word, and we download the ISO. So that's it for that's all you need. So I have, as I said, the 18.1 Cinammon 64-bit ISO on my desktop. I already installed the virtual VM VirtualBox, so we're gonna start it up, and we're gonna start how to create the new VM from scratch. So I just gonna call it Pi, and then you select Linux, other Linux 64, next. Now give it at least 1024 megabytes of RAM, next. Create a virtual disk now. Now VDA will be fine, the default, dynamically allocated, that's fine. Now make this 12 gigs to avoid any let's say surprises during the installation. Here you can select the different location of where you want to install your Pi VM. I already have defaulted the VirtualBox to my D drive subfolder. So anyway, this is where you can change the location. So now click create, and here is your new VM. So now we're going to change the settings, and we just keep only what we need. So I will say the 1024. We don't need a floppy, we need the optical, we need the hard drive. Display, just make this 32, which is fine. And we need storage. On the storage, where it says empty, click there and select, and you say choose virtual optical this file, excuse me, and then go to your desktop and then select your ISO file. You don't need to mount anything else. That's it. That's all you need. It's just the ISO. Forget any other tutorials that you've seen. You need this tool and daemon tools and this and that. You don't need any of this. Now audio, we don't need audio unless you want to use the VM for something else. Network, change this to bridge adapter so you can have network from your local area connection. That's it, nothing changed. Share folders, we're going to change that later on. Okay, and then we're going to start the VM. Excuse any lagging because it's actually booting through a laptop, so it might be a little bit heavy or slow compared to a normal full-size PC with nice CPU. But as I said, this is something that you can do even from just a normal laptop. You don't need any special requirements, hardware requirements. So, and as I said, I'm going to go step by step on installing Linux Mint 18.1 and just give you what exactly needed for shrinking your images. A lot of creators like MLP usually they already do it because they know how to do it now, and it's very nice for them of them just to give to people already pre-shrunk images. For other creators that they might don't know, or they have kind of expanded size full size images, then that's the simplest way I'm going to show you to shrink your images. So now once started, we just click install Linux Mint and we're going to follow the instructions. So English is my language I'm going to use. Click continue. Now we don't care about installing any third-party Wi-Fi hardware, flash, MP3, blah blah blah. It's fine as long as your laptop is working or where the VM is located, then everything is fine. So now it says erase disk and install Linux Mint. That's fine. We don't need to change anything else. Install now, and then we say continue. It will erase everything on the VM. Anyway, we don't have anything and we really don't have to worry about it. So we just wait for the disk to be erased and the installation of Linux Mint will be start. So now it says to select your time zone. I'll just leave it like that. I'm not really worried about that. It's not important anyway. So I need to have English, US keyboard. That's fine, default. Okay. Now my name, what I'm going to do is this is the name of the user. So what I'm going to call it Pi, which is fine. Your computer name Pi Virtualbox, that's fine. Pick a username. Sorry, this is the username Pi, which is fine. Choose a password. We can use the same thing that you have on the Raspberry Pi. I'm going to call it again Raspberry. Same thing, Raspberry. And you can click on login automatically, continue. So this way, when you log in, when you start up your VM, you need to type the password because you're gonna need that anyway for running PiShrink. So this way it saves us just like a few seconds more instead of waiting for us to log in. So now we wait for the files to be copied. Welcome and thank you for choosing Linux Mint. This slideshow will show you around while the system is being installed on your computer. As I said, I'm just doing a real-time installation because I want people to see how long it takes and exactly without hiding anything, just that is very straightforward. There's nothing hidden, nothing complicated. It's a very straightforward installation with no extra tools except the use of Oracle VM Virtualbox and your Linux Mint ISO file. And I think my 18.2 version already been downloaded. Yeah, my file is here too. So I'm gonna get that, put it on my desktop. Doesn't really matter because we're already using the 18.1, which is fine. So as you can see that we say we're not installing anything extra, whatever comes by default on the basic installation of Linux Mint. We don't need any extra things or any extra software to do the PiShrink. We're just simply going to install, actually even the extensions will be pre-installed for the VM, which is fine. And the only last step we will need to do before we do any shrinking is just add our user to a vbox a group, and that's it. Then we're just gonna mount our local folder, so it can be always there where you locate, you keep your image or your images, and then you select your image that you wanna download, shrink. And another thing, just to show you, and while it's still installing, and of course I'm going to have the links again in the description of the video. So if you go to PiShrink, just to show you quickly, on Google, so you select the one that says GIT hub, blah blah blah, and then what you do, you click here and you say download as a zip. Do not try to download a single file or the TXT or the GIT. You need the whole zip file because your PiShrink, this .sh file won't work. There will be some HTML code on the back, and that's what you need. The PiShrink file is the one you need with this zip file. So you just download this zip file. I already have it. That's the one. So it's called PiShrink master zip. So once you open it, you see everything here, and that's the file you need. Because if I do a view, it has the exact script in there. So close that, and let's see how the installation goes. Just let it finish. Just be patient a little bit more. I think yes, gparted is already included in the installation, which is fine, and it might help in a couple other things. Gparted is something I want to try because I tested the MLP's HyperPy original image and the 128 gigabyte, and once you do a full update of all the installed modules, then you're going to run into a problem because it won't even boot to the emulation station, because the temp folder seems to be full, and even though I think there's about 2 or 4 gigs in total in the actual image in the SD card, due to the TMP folder being full, it won't let you boot on the emulation station. On track mode will work, but when you try to run a game again, you're going to get the same error. So let's that's another probably going to be a new video, which I'm going to see if it's going to work. I'm going to try some tricks. So now but for this video it's going to be just how to install with the use of Oracle VM Virtualbox the Linux Mint, and with the script the PiShrink to shrink your images and save space and use it in any SD card. So now we're going to do a restart now. Our installation finished. So I think we're about 10-15 minutes already. Okay, I still have the ISO in, so what we're going to do, we'll go back to the Pi settings, storage, click here. Sorry, it's already been removed automatically, so let's press enter. And our Linux Mint should boot. There you are. So basically what we had to wait mostly was the installation, and now the Virtualbox VM is booting up, and there we are. So that's the 18.1 Serena, so we can close that, we don't need. Let's close that. And so what we need, as I said, we need to have our user, and we go to administration and go to users and groups. Now this is your password. So as we said, we use the default for Pi and the Raspberry, so Raspberry, and enter, and there you are, users, and this is the groups that belong. So you click on here and then scroll down and select vboxfs. Okay, so now it's part of this group, and that's all we need. So we close it, and if you want to verify, again, administration, users and groups, the password, click on Raspberry, and then you see we're already viewed. So that's all we need to do. Now we're ready to attach our local device where you have your image and you want to shrink. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to devices, you go to share folders, share folder settings, and then you click add from the plus. Now we click the arrow, other, and then you select where your images are. Okay, you don't need read only, you can have it auto mount and make permanent, so it can be always there when you need it. Click OK, and what we're going to do now is just go and restart your VM. now the VM is logging in. Okay, so now as you can see, because we make it permanent and mount, so this is where my folder, let's say where I had an image, so I can click there and open up fine. I already had saved from the zip file the PiShrink. I'll show you how you're going to do it. Let's go 32, let's go here, and let's do this one. So what we're going to need, let's go back, sorry, I'll copy this here, select, let's say, an image, I paste. So what we do, we copy the PiShrink. Now we say right click, open in terminal, and that's what you're going to do is sudo, so we can have the super user privileges, and dot slash forward slash, and then hi, and you can press tab, it will fill it in for you, and then space and the name of your 32 tab, it fills automatically, and then you press enter, you put your password raspberry, and then you just wait a few moments. It won't take long. So just check your image, fix any problems. By the way, this method, what it does, actually will shrink the existing image. I never had a problem because you have another option. If you can run the PiShrink plane, it will tell you like if you want to create a second image. So keep the original and have the new one. This version, I actually have it in this option. Actually, I have the command in the description, and you can use it if you want, but it will take more and more time to create a new image. It's a lot faster just to do what it does right now. It relocates the block, it shrinks the image, and as you can see, it says that our image, it was so that's it. This should go a little bit faster. So I'm curious because this is something I built from 16 gig and then I did some fixes, changes, and create a new custom just for testing. So that's it. From 30 gigs we're down to 28 gigs, so we save 2 gigs of space, and that's it, folks. Like this is very simple, as you saw. So thank you for watching, and soon with you with another nice tutorial. Thank you. Please subscribe if you like it, and see you again.